After many, many long years, we can finally see that Teen Wolf has come back with the Teen Wolf movie to be just as mediocre as the ending. Okay, slightly better, I guess. The Teen Wolf movie. Now this movie doesn't even bring back the best characters. Yeah, you have Scott McCall, and you bring back, of course, Lydia and a couple other characters, like, yeah, but you don't have Styles. Automatic 0 rating. 1 out of 10 stars. Automatically, no Styles. 1 out of 10. Impossible, cannot be higher. But, objectively speaking, it wasn't terrible. It was a great nostalgia trip for those who loved the Teen Wolf series, especially considering how the ending went in a very mediocre fashion. This is a more acceptable ending, if you want to call it that, because they still kind of left it open, because, if after years they're coming back, who's to say that they can't come back again? Of course, without Styles, again, this movie does not feel like it's as strong as it could have been. They take one of the main enemies from one of the best arcs back, but they don't put Styles in it, which makes it half as good. Okay, for those who don't know, Styles is a character in the original Teen Wolf series, and he was the fan favorite best character of the show. Not just because Dylan O'Brien's the best actor, but because he was just a genuinely very well written character and very likable. Like, Scott is fine. They always do safe main characters, and I don't even know, Jackson, Lydia, they're good. Of course, why? If they had to bring back some characters, why did they bring back Malia? Malia is awful. Oh my gosh, she's the worst character ever. And she's worse. She's worse in this movie. It's insane. I didn't like Malia when they introduced her in this show to replace, I don't know who she was replacing. It's been a long time since I watched the show. She was replacing a good character, and she was a terrible character. Or at least below mediocre. I'm trying to be too harsh. She's not dog, because I've seen dog characters, and she's not. She's just bad. But Malia is the character that decided to bring, but probably because she was damn, I need the money. You can bring me back, please. I want my money back. And she's in the original cast, so it's interesting also how they have this look-alike. Arden Cho is the actress who didn't come back for this, and they take a look-alike of her to be dating Liam. And it's not the same person, and it doesn't look like the same person, but it's obvious that they tried to cast someone who has as much resemblance as possible to that character that she plays. And it's really? So you're gonna have the character without the character. It's annoying. And they have these weird, so they have Malia going with Parrish. And if you don't know, Parrish is from the original show again. He works for the police, and he's one of the strongest monsters. They're called a Hellhound. It just seemed like a random romance, I'm not gonna lie. This movie has a lot of random kind of stuff that they're trying to patch holes for the missing characters, because Styles and Lydia were together. They're trying to patch holes with these characters that are missing. Here's one example. Styles and Lydia are together, but since Styles didn't come back, they had to make up a stupid ass reason, and the reason was stupid. It was very stupid on why Lydia had to break up with Styles. It was so essential. He was to save his life. Oh my gosh. So bad. It was so bad. But okay. So let's get through a quick synopsis of the plot, because the plot actually, I liked how it was not too bad. In the show, there's a character named Allison, and if you haven't watched the show, I would skip the next 30 seconds. Okay, so here's a quick spoiler. So Allison gets revived, and in process also, one of the villains, Nogitsume, also gets released because of some random shadowy figure that just comes and decides to fight Liam and the fake Kitsune, the fake Arden Show, to just release him. So okay, now we're back to non-spoilers. Okay, now the plot isn't that bad. Considering how it ended and how they've had weaker arcs, this is it's middle of the road. If you're gonna end with this, that's fine. It's just that it just has so much more to be desired. it was still like, if you like the Teen Wolf series, I think you'll like this better than the actual ending. Probably, in my opinion, because I was a Teen Wolf follower years ago. But if you're not a Teen Wolf follower, then maybe this movie as a standalone would not really, give you too much to desire for, because they don't have great special effects. But the problem is Teen Wolf was made like in the past, so it's kind of like they decided to keep it. And that's a nostalgia thing. So yeah, the special effects aren't great, but that doesn't matter because we just care about the characters and the plot. And we understand that they're just keeping consistency because it was a show that was made a little older and then now it's newer. And they just kind of kept the consistency. Instead of revamping it with these crazy stuff, they just kept it the same, which I can respect. But it's still a 6 out of 10. Sorry, mate. Now, if you want to see a movie that is not a 6 out of 10, that actually has Dylan O'Brien, aka Styles, but not Styles, then you should check out my review on Love and Monsters, because you can see in this movie, Love and Monsters, why they needed Dylan O'Brien to push it up to that 7, 8 level of ranking of like a review. So go and check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.